What's poppin', people? It's Dante going for my morning walk here in Philadelphia, and today I'm thinking of this topic: to change is happiness, and what that means to me. So yeah, I believe that happiness derives through movement, evolution, transformation, and change. And specifically, when I think of myself, right, personally, ever since I've changed my process and practice of photographing, which is my number one passion in life, I felt this insane abundance, right? This feeling of happiness, of joy, of bliss that's deriving from the evolution and the practice of me transforming, sort of, shedding my skin, sort of letting go of how I've been in the past, letting go of how I photographed in the past and how I've seen the world in the past, and creating anew again, sort of going through this death and this rebirth again. And I think that through embracing change, I'm allowing myself to go deeper and deeper with my practice, becoming greater, looking for things and looking at things differently, right? Where now when I'm outside and I'm photographing, the world becomes my canvas and the world is infinitely novel in my eyes. And through embracing movement, embracing change, I believe that we can find ourselves happiest. And I believe that through vitality and through honing in on your physiology specifically, you can become the most creative and the most thriving version of yourself. Where I actually, every morning now, go for a walk with this 40-pound plate carrier for an hour, barefoot shoes, and yeah, I go for a cruise to the top of this cliff. And when I look out at this cliff, I zoom out from third perspective. I look down on myself from the heavens in my head, and I'm looking out towards the river, and I'm reminding myself how the river's flowing. I too am changing every day. There's never a day where I'm not still. There's never a day where I'm not moving, where I'm not evolving, and where I'm not open to change. But I think you go through this sort of journey of death and renewal as a creative person that is very transformative. And my specific turning point was at the end of my travels in Hanoi, Vietnam. I felt like I hit a wall where I wasn't seeing any change. I wasn't seeing any progress. I was feeling a bit disconnected from both the world and the work that I was making. And yeah, I believe because of this, it sparked this need to change, where when I came home, I got rid of my cameras. I switched back to the Ricoh. I decided to go from color to black and white. And this is allowing me to explore now again in this new way, where each day I'm coming home and I'm just so happy and excited to know that I've overcome myself, where I've overcome my past ways. I've overcome my past self, the way that I used to see the world, the way that I used to do things. And I feel as though these transformations are critical in our lives, right? Where we should not remain stagnant. For me, being stagnant and stuck in my old ways would inevitably make me unhappier. Where I was feeling a bit down, I felt like I was in the depths of hell, in this abyss, while photographing this way. And transforming my practice from the ground up is allowing me to thrive, right? I don't want to just survive and make work that is mediocre or just satisfying because I'm used to it, but I want change and I'm embracing it openly. And yeah, I think maybe you have to go into the depths of hell. You have to go into the unknown and then come out of it and find something new, and by changing, I believe we can become our happiest self. I really feel this way. I feel like I've never been so happy, so thriving, so joyful. And life isn't all sunshine, rainbows, blah, blah. However, there's something critical here to consider, and that is that to evolve is to thrive, right? To remain stagnant is to die. For I believe when you're outside and you're moving your body along, this is where humans thrive. Like ultimately, when you think of it very literally, with the 2 legs, 2 feet moving, movement is happiness. But I believe movement can be both a physical, mental, spiritual, creative act. the act of moving, the act of changing, the act of evolving, shedding your skin and creating anew, this sort of death and rebirth. And to be stagnant is not an option, right? Thinking of it literally, to be inside and to sit down, you know, that to me is where souls die. So if you're looking to become happier and the greatest version of yourself, I suggest you change. I suggest you evolve and you create anew and never remain stagnant. For movement and change is happiness. But we must do the thing itself for the sake of doing the thing itself. Right? Without any external stimuli, praise, or self-sedation, without drugs, without alcohol, without all of these modern amenities and luxuries, through removing all of these distractions and focusing on the craft with vigor and vitality, we can thrive to our ultimate potential. And when I'm practicing with discipline, when I'm practicing with this obsessive compulsion of just making things, I feel most alive. I feel most like myself, and this comes through being at my peak physical health, being the most physiologically sound. And yeah, I think that this is where I found happiness.